Hello, and a very, very warm welcome. You are listening to The Deep Dive.
Hello.
And if you're here with us on the English PLS channel, you already know what we do.
We do. We're here to give you that smart, confident shortcut to mastering English.
And we are so pleased you're joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're learning English, or really any new language, you know there's that one moment.
No, I know the one.
That moment that's the most important and honestly sometimes the most scary.
The introduction, the moment you have to say who you are.
Exactly.
Well, today we're focusing on that one essential first step. We've looked at all the best sources, the best guides for new speakers.
And we're not just going to give you a list of sentences to memorize.
No, not at all. We're giving you the strategy behind the sentences.
Right. So our deep dive today is all about the self-introduction. Let's define it really simply.
Okay.
It's just the clear, basic act of telling someone who you are, where you live, and, what you do.
But, and this is the key part, doing it in a way that makes them want to keep talking to you.
That's the goal.
Think of it like this. A lot of our sources describe the introduction as a key.
A key. I like that.
It's the key that opens the door to new friendships, maybe new job opportunities.
Or just, a nice chat in a coffee shop.
Exactly. And for you, our A2 level listener, we totally get it. Confidence comes from clarity.
Mm-hmm. Our whole mission today is to give you those simple steps, those simple phrases you need to feel really powerful when you use that key.
And we promise we are going to speak slowly, very clearly, so you can listen.
Repeat in your head.
And practice every single phrase right here with us. We want you to feel friendly, natural, maybe even a little funny.
Because that's how you make a real connection.
Ready to start building that confidence?
Let's do it.
Let's go right to the very first step, which is actually before you even speak.
We call this step 0.
Step 0. I like it.
Yeah, because before any words come out of your mouth, your body's already talking.
Your nonverbal communication.
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
And, in our review of all the communication tips, the #1 piece of advice, always,
What is it?
it's about your attitude. It starts with a smile and good body language.
Okay, so why is a smile so important? I mean, what if you're really nervous inside?
Well, a smile is like an instant message. It tells the other person, I'm friendly, I'm safe to talk to.
It creates a positive first impression.
Right. And it's crucial. If you smile, the other person starts to relax. And the research shows that when they relax, you start to feel less nervous too.
Ah, so it's a feedback loop.
A fantastic feedback loop.
I always tell people, stand up straight, look at the person.
Yeah.
Even if you're feeling a tiny earthquake in your stomach,
Yeah.
good posture and a bit of eye contact show that you respect them, you respect the conversation. It looks like confidence.
And that's what we're teaching today.
Okay, so we're smiling, we're standing tall. Now what? Let's talk about the first words, the greeting.
Right. You always have a safe option.
Which is?
Hello or hi.
Right. Always okay.
Always. They're neutral, casual enough, totally safe for any situation, any time of day.
But I sense a but coming.
There is a but. If you want to sound really polite and show that you have a really beautiful grasp of English,
Yeah.
you should try to use the time-specific gradings. It just shows a higher level of understanding.
Okay, let's practice them. The 3 main ones. We'll say them slowly, and you at home can repeat them.
Perfect. So first one, for the start of the day, good morning.
We use this from when we wake up until about noon, 12:00 p.m. Good morning.
Then for the middle of the day, we have good afternoon.
Right. This is for any time after 12:00 p.m. until maybe 5:00 or 6 p.m. in the evening. Good afternoon.
And the third one, for the evening, good evening.
So that's when the sun is going down or any time after 6:00 p.m. Good evening.
Now, here is where we found a really key piece of information, a little detail that just instantly upgrades your English.
Oh, I'm ready.
Is the difference between good evening and good night.
Ah, yes. This is a big one.
It is. Many A2 learners think they mean the same thing, but they really, really don't.
And using them correctly is one of those immediate signs that a speaker is, confident and proficient.
Exactly. So can you explain the rule for us very clearly?
I can. Good evening is what you say when you arrive.
So it's a hello.
It's a hello. You walk into a party at 8 p.m., you find your friend, you say, good evening.
Okay, got it. So what about good night?
Good night is almost always used when you are leaving or going to sleep. It's a way of saying goodbye.
Okay, so let's use an example. Imagine you go to a friend's house for dinner at, say, 7:30 p.m.
Right. You knock on the door, they open it, You smile and you say,
Good evening.
exactly.
Huh.
Then, a few hours later, it's 10:30 p.m., you're leaving.
You put on your coat and you say, thank you so much. It was lovely. Good night.
Perfect. That little distinction, that detail, it makes you sound like you really get the social rules of the language.
So remember that simple rule. Good evening is hello.
And good night is goodbye.
Okay, so we've got the attitude, we've got the perfect greeting. Now we can finally move on to the most important word.
Your name.
Yes. So once you've got the greeting sorted, the conversation really starts with step one, saying your name.
And we found two super simple ways to do this. It just depends on the situation.
Right. The first way is for friendly, casual situations.
Yeah.
Meeting people in a relaxed place like a party or a language class.
And for that, you use the structure, I am name. Or even better, the contraction, I'm name.
Exactly. So for instance, hi, I'm Sam.
Or hello, I'm Sophia. It's short, it's easy, it sounds really natural.
Approachable.
Yes, that's the word. The second way is, well, it's a little more formal.
Yeah, this phrase is perfect for a professional setting. Think a business meeting, a job interview.
Or maybe meeting someone much older than you as a sign of respect.
Right. And for that, the structure is, my name is name.
For example, good afternoon, my name is David Lee. Using the full my name is just sounds more professional.
It immediately sets the tone, right? You're showing respect for that formal environment.
Okay, but what if your name is, I don't know, very long? Or maybe a bit difficult for native English speakers to pronounce.
That happens all the time. And that brings us to what we call the nickname trick.
The nickname trick. I love it.
It is a powerful tool because the goal of any introduction is to make things easy and comfortable.
For everyone.
For everyone. So if your name is a bit long or complex, you can help the other person by suggesting a shorter one.
So what's the phrase for that?
It's simple. You'd say, my name is Christopher, but please call me Chris.
Ah, okay. So the structure is, my name is full name, but please call me short name.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Isn't that a little rude to just immediately tell someone what to call you?
That is a really good question, and it's an important cultural thing for our listeners to know.
Okay.
In English-speaking cultures, it's generally seen as helpful, not rude at all. Yes, especially in a social setting. By giving them permission to use the shorter name, you're actually taking pressure off them. You're saying, hey, don't worry about trying to remember or pronounce the long one.
Ah, I see. So it's actually a kind gesture. It makes the conversation flow better.
Precisely. It's about conversational efficiency. You can also use it if you notice someone is struggling with your name.
So if they try to say it and it comes out wrong?
Yeah, you can just politely jump in and say, it's a bit hard to pronounce. You can just call me nickname.
And that avoids that awkward pause where they feel bad for getting it wrong.
Exactly. So to recap, choose your phrase based on the context. I'm for friendly chats.
My name is for formal situations.
And use that nickname trick to make everyone comfortable.
Okay, that covers our name. Now let's talk about making a connection through our location. All right, step 2 is sharing where you're from. This is probably the most common question you get after you say your name, right?
Absolutely. It's how we start to, find things in common. And the simplest structure, which is perfect for A2 level, is just, I am from country.
So for example, I am from Mexico.
Or, I am from Japan.
Clear, easy, perfect.
But if you want to give a little bit more information, what we like to call the small story, you can add your city.
Right. Why is adding the city so important?
Well, think about it. If you just say, I am from China, that's great. But China's a huge country.
Right.
But if you say, I am from Shanghai, the other person immediately has a clearer picture in their mind, a cultural image. It helps them connect with you faster.
Okay, so what's a good way to phrase that?
A great way is to combine them. Say the country first, then add the city for detail. You could say, for example, I am from Brazil, from a city called São Paulo.
From a city called... That's a great little phrase to remember.
It is.
And we should probably remind our listeners, if you're from a very small town that people might not know,
Right.
It's often better to just name the nearest big famous city.
That is such a good tip, because the goal is clarity. It's not a geography test.
Exactly. If you name a small town, the conversation might just stop because the other person doesn't know what to say next.
But if you name a famous city, you keep the conversation ball rolling.
Okay, now here's another powerful structure. What if you're not in your home country? What if you're traveling or living in a new city?
Well, sharing that detail is a fantastic conversation starter.
Why is that?
Because it tells a small story about your life right now. And it gives the other person two different things they can ask you about.
Your home country or your new city?
Exactly. The structure is really simple. I am from country, but I live in new place now.
Okay, give me an example.
Imagine someone says, I'm from Italy, but I live in Berlin now.
Okay, so immediately I can ask, oh, wow, Berlin. What brought you to Berlin?
Or you could ask, how is the food in Berlin compared to Italy?
See, that one sentence, it opens up so many possibilities for the conversation to continue.
It's so effective. It shows you understand the conversation isn't just about you, it's about giving the other person something to talk about too.
It's about setting up the next question.
That is the ultimate goal of a good introduction.
Okay, we've covered the basics. Attitude, name, place. Now we get to the really interesting part, step 3, what you do and what you love.
Right. People are always curious about how you spend your days. So first, let's talk about your job or your studies.
For work, the structure is super easy. Just use the verb to be, I am a job, or I'm a job.
For example, I'm an engineer or I'm a chef.
Now, a good tip here is to keep it simple. If you have a very long, complicated job title,
Like Senior Vice President of International Synergistic Development.
exactly. Maybe just say, I work in business development, or I'm a manager.
Simpler is always better. You could also say where you work. I work at a place.
Like I work at a hospital, or I work at a university.
What about for all our listeners who are students?
Great question. You have a few really good, simple options. If you're studying a specific subject, you can say, I am studying subject at school.
Or, and this is a great one, if you're focusing on English right now, you could just say it proudly.
Yes. Say, I am studying English.
And that immediately explains why you're there, why you're practicing. It's perfect.
Now, what if someone isn't working or studying at the moment? This is a common situation, and we need some good, honest phrases.
Absolutely. And it's important to be open without making it complicated. If you're looking for work, you can say, I'm looking for a job in field.
So I'm looking for a job in technology, for example.
Exactly. Or if your main focus is on your family, a wonderful, respectful phrase is, I am busy taking care of my family.
Those are great. They're clear, they're respectful, and they explain your current situation perfectly.
Okay, now for my favorite part of this section, the fun factor.
Yes, the personal touch. This is what makes you memorable.
It really is. If you only talk about your job, the introduction can feel a little cold, a bit formal.
But people connect over shared passions, not just job titles. This is where you show a little piece of your personality.
And again, the structure is so simple. You can just use, I love activity, or I enjoy activity.
I remember reading this story about a woman at a networking event. She introduced herself, said she's an architect,
Okay.
and then she added, and I love collecting vintage teacups.
Vintage teacups. What happened?
Nobody wanted to talk about architecture. Everyone immediately started asking her about the teacups.
Of course.
One person said their grandmother used to collect them. Another asked where she finds them. The connection was instant, and it was all because of the hobby.
That is a perfect example. That little personal detail is a social shortcut. Let's practice a few easy sentences.
Okay. If you like sports, you could say, I love playing football on the weekends.
If you love cooking, I enjoy cooking, especially Italian food.
Ooh, now I'm hungry. Or if you like quiet time, in my free time, I really enjoy reading.
And remember, being a little specific is really powerful. Don't just say, I love music.
Right. Say, I love listening to jazz music.
That gives the other person a specific hook, something to remember you by. It makes you sound so much more interesting and fun. So before we get to our final step, we have to talk about something really important, context.
Yes, the tone of your introduction has to match the situation. It's like choosing the right clothes for the weather.
That's a great analogy.
You wouldn't wear a big winter coat to the beach, right? You'd be uncomfortable.
And you wouldn't use super casual language in a big business meeting. It would sound unprofessional.
So context is key. Let's break it down. First, casual situations.
Okay, so this is when you're at a party, in a social class, meeting a neighbor.
Places where the vibe is relaxed. Here, you want to keep your language short, light, and natural.
And we definitely use the contractions. I'm instead of I am. It's instead of it is.
So the standard casual intro is just, Hi, I'm Naaman. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. And remember that great tip we found? Give a little context for why you were there.
Right. Like, Hi, I'm Emily. I'm friends with David.
Or, hey, I'm Chris. I live in the apartment next door.
That one little sentence just relaxes everyone. It creates instant trust because they know how you fit into the situation.
Okay, so now let's switch to formal situations.
The important interview, the professional conference, Meeting your new boss?
Here, we need to be polite and respectful.
So we use the full phrases, my name is name. We avoid too many contractions.
You might even include your job title if it's relevant, like, I am the new marketing manager.
And here's a big one. You should replace the friendly, nice to meet you with something a bit more formal.
What's the key phrase for that?
The gold standard is, it is a pleasure to meet you.
That sounds very professional.
Another good one, a little shorter, is just, pleased to meet you.
The most important thing here is really to listen. Pay attention to how the other person is speaking.
So you match their energy.
You match their tone. If they sound very formal, you stay formal. If they're a bit more relaxed, you can relax a little bit too.
Adapt to your environment. Got it.
Okay, this is it. The final, and I would say, the most crucial step.
I agree. We've smiled, we've greeted, we've shared our name, our place, our passion. We have done our part.
But now we get to step 4. The conversation tennis game.
The analogy is just perfect. A conversation is not a speech.
No.
You don't just stand there and talk at someone. It's like playing tennis. You hit the ball over the net.
And then you wait for them to hit it back.
But what happens if you introduce yourself and then you just stop talking? What happens to the ball?
It just drops. And you get silence.
Awkward silence. The conversation dies right there.
And we do not want that.
Mm-hmm.
So the rule is simple. After you introduce yourself, you must ask the other person a question.
You have to hit the conversational ball back to them.
And the beautiful thing about English is that you don't need some big, complicated question. We have 3 incredibly simple phrases that work every single time.
Let's practice them slowly. The absolute simplest one is just.
And you.
That's it. So simple. A slightly more detailed but still very easy option is.
How about you?
Right. And you can even connect it to what you just said. Like, I love hiking. How about you?
Exactly. And the third one, which is so important. What if you were nervous and you didn't quite hear their name?
Oh, this happens to me all the time.
It's always okay to politely ask again.
Yeah.
Just say, I'm sorry, what is your name?
People appreciate that you want to get it right.
Okay, let's try to put all the stuff together now with the focus on hitting the ball back.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll be the other person.
All right, I'm going to introduce myself using all the steps, and then you hit the ball back to me.
Ready?
Ready.
Serve it up.
Good evening. My name is Alex. I'm from Singapore, but I'm living in Canada now because I'm studying history at the university. I really enjoy taking photographs of old buildings.
Wow, Alex, that's so interesting. History and old buildings, that's a perfect match. I'm Sarah. It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you enjoying Canada so far?
Perfect. You returned the ball. You did just say, and you.
Huh?
You actually commented on one of my details, the history part, and then you asked a great follow-up question.
Well, thank you.
That is advanced level conversation, and it keeps everything flowing so beautifully.
And then when the chat naturally comes to an end, we need a clean, warm way to finish.
Right. You've made a good connection. Now you just seal it with a simple, polite phrase.
So if it was a casual chat, you can say, it was very nice to meet you.
And if it was more formal, a strong, respectful closing is, it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Those simple phrases, they just show you appreciated their time. It leaves a great final impression. #outro.
And we did it.
We did. We have covered all the pieces you need for a really confident introduction.
And we just want you to remember, speaking a new language is an incredibly brave thing to do. We are so proud of every single listener who is trying.
Absolutely. So let's do a quick review. The 4 main points, your checklist for confidence.
Okay. Step 0. Smile, stand tall, and use the right greeting. Remember.
Good evening for hello. Good night for goodbye.
Step 1. Say your name clearly. I'm name for casual.
Or my name is name for formal.
Step 2. Tell them where you're from. Country. Then maybe the city. And mention if you live somewhere new.
Step 3. Share what you do, your job, or study, but please don't forget the fun factor. Tell them one thing you love.
And step 4. The tennis game. Hit the ball back.
Always ask a question. And you? Or how about you?
Now here is our last piece of advice. A kind of safety net for that moment when you feel lost.
We've all been there.
If someone speaks too fast or they use a word you just don't know, please do not panic and don't just stop talking.
It is perfectly normal to ask for help. You can just say slowly and clearly, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Or if it's one specific word you don't get, ask, what does that word mean?
People are almost always kind and really happy to explain. They respect that you're making the effort to learn.
We really hope this deep dive has given you that key to confidence.
And if it was useful, we have just 2 small things to ask you.
First, please click the like button right below this video. That little click is a huge help for our channel, and it tells us we're making lessons that you actually like.
Second, make sure you subscribe to the English PLS channel. That way, you won't miss our next deep dive lesson. We want to keep helping you learn English quickly and easily.
And finally, if you have a friend or anyone you know who is also learning English and could use this confidence boost, please share this video with them.
Help them find their key, too.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Now go out there and introduce yourself with absolute confidence. You've got this.
Keep practicing, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.